Hello, this is my speedrun of The Addams Family for the Super Nintendo in 4 minutes and 52 seconds. So first in the speedrun we're gonna go and get all the necessary power-ups to complete this run. We'll need two speed shoe power-ups and a sword. The two speed shoes are necessary, obviously, to go quickly, but they're also required to perform a clip that we're going to do in a little while. So as you can see, when you have two speed shoes, you move very quickly. And that's actually a pretty challenging part of the speed run, because when you have two speed shoes, the momentum can be inconsistent. Sometimes he just goes, and other times he takes a little while to start going. And now we're going to try to perform a clip. And as you can see, we got it. So now, even though it looks like we were at the bottom of the screen, we were actually at the top of the screen, and so we were able to fall down into the loading zone at the top of the level, which actually leads to the chain room. And the way the clip works is that you have to tap or hold left when you hit the wall where the right wall and the top wall intersect. If you tap it at the right time, you can zip to the top of the area. And so now we're at the last section of the game, which you normally have to save all the family members to be able to access. But obviously that's slow. It takes about 20 minutes or so, and it's much easier to just clip there. And another challenging thing about running this game is that if you take one hit, you lose both of your speed shoe power-ups and the sword. And there really aren't any more after that in the route after that speed shoe that you just saw. So basically, getting hit any means you have to reset if you're going for a world record. But if you're just going for like a run, and just like a decent run, then it isn't as bad, because there's a lot of extra lives you can pick up in that secret room. And glitch. And the way the objects work in this game is that whenever you get close enough to them, they start doing their patterns, so that can sometimes help or sometimes hurt you when you're trying to speedrun it. And for this area, having the sword is very useful, because the way the birds are positioned, if you don't have the sword, you kind of have to go back to be able to jump on them. But with the sword, you can just slash them automatically and not lose too much speed. Like, you usually lose a little bit of momentum, but if you just tap the button really quickly when you're in there, you won't lose much momentum at all. And so for this area, the normal way to do it is to ride that gondola that was moving, but it's a lot faster to just jump and swim through the water, especially if you have both of the speed shoes. But it can be a little bit harder. And so when you get to this part of the run, it's a big sigh of relief, because the final boss is pretty easy with two speed shoes, and the sword. as you can see, you can just pretty much insta-kill him with the sword because the game doesn't usually expect you to have power-ups going into a boss, so they didn't bother like working with invincibility frames with respect to bosses. So basically, as long as the power-up is inside the boss's hitbox, it just does damage like very quickly. So you can pretty much insta-kill a boss, most bosses, if you have a power-up. So that's my speedrun of the Addams Family.